Some of you are praying for elevation, but you are still carrying emotional baggages from 1 to 5 years ago. How can you fly when you are carrying heavy burdens or chained to your past? Welcome to Words of Wisdom, a podcast created just for you. My name is Duke Johnson, and today's word of wisdom is let go to grow. Let go to grow. You can't reach for anything new if your hands are still full of yesterday's junk, says Lewis Smith. Let that sit with you for a moment. Imagine trying to climb a mountain with a backpack full of bricks. Every step you take gets heavier, more painful, more discouraging, and more exhausting. Not because the mountain is too high to climb, but because of the load you are carrying. Let me ask you a question. What are you holding on to that is holding you back? Is it guilt? Shame? A toxic relationship? A job that is killing your spirit and wearing you out? Or a mistake you made 5 years ago that is still renting space in your head? Listen, you can't step into the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last chapter. Likewise, you can't receive the future while clinging to the past. You gotta let it go so that you can grow. We hold on to things because sometimes they feel safe. The past, even though it's painful, is familiar. Our regrets, our failures, the pains, the betrayals, and the jobs we hated but stayed in too long, they become emotional luggage we drag into every tomorrow. According to studies from Harvard and Stanford, the human brain has a default mode network that replays past experiences constantly, even if they are negative, because the brain prefers familiarity over uncertainty. We are wired to repeat rather than to release. But just because we are wired that way doesn't mean we can't be rewired. Many of us are praying for new opportunities, asking God for elevation, but we are still holding tightly to expired seasons. Seasons of old relationships, old mindsets, old pains, and old habits. And God is saying, I can't give you what is next until you surrender what is no longer necessary. Even nature understands this. Look at nature. Trees don't resist change. That is why in autumn they shed their leaves, not because they are dying, but because they are preparing for new growth and season. Letting go is nature's strategy for survival and transformation. That is why Jesus said, unless a seed falls to the ground and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it produces much fruit. There is no resurrection without death. There is no increase without decrease. There is no change without surrender. And there is no growth without change. In 2016, researchers at UCLA discovered that too much clutter in the home increases cortisol, the stress hormone. The same is true for your life. Emotional clutter chokes your peace, stifle your purpose, and bury your potential. The problem is not that your life is too small. The problem is that it's too full. Full of yesterday's hurt. Full of yesterday's versions of mistakes. Full of yesterday's versions of who you used to be. But hear me. Letting go is not losing. Letting go is choosing. Choosing to trust God with the unknown. Choosing to make room for the new. And choosing to obey the command. In Isaiah chapter 43, the verse number 18 and 19. God said, forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. Behold, I am doing a new thing. And so let go of the bitterness. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the false identity built on failure. You are not what happened to you. You are what God has purposed for you. Your next level, your fresh start, your new glory, and your transformation is in letting go. And so today, I want you to let go so that you can grow.